What's up, players? Welcome to the first ever episode of Puzzle Pirates. This is a game that I used to play as a kid and used to really like, and I sometimes come back to it and play it as, as an older person. I wouldn't really call myself an adult, but like as an older person. And so I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a big fan of pirates, especially the book Captain Blood by Raphael Sabatini. I will probably do some sort of audiobook review on it at some point in the future. As you saw in the beginning, I already have, oh man, the name's already taken. I already have a pirate in this game, and right now I'm going to create a new pirate and kind of show you guys the ropes, and probably just, yeah, for this gaming channel, play this game kind of from the start here, just to show you guys what's up, and then to kind of, I don't know, yeah, just play from that point on. Let's see. So I'm going to give myself a fully white outfit. Let's just give ourselves rags. I like this hairstyle. I like this hair color. This is decent. So Wolverstone is a big colossus, like huge pirate from the Captain Blood book. But unfortunately, Wolverstone is taken. I already have a Captain Blood pirate, so I wanted to create like his right-hand man, Wolverstone. I guess Wolverstone. Yeah, Wolverstone is fine. Whatever, we'll just do that. Play now. Cool. So, if you guys don't know, this is an MMORPG that, that has a Christmas event currently going on where I'm a penguin. Let me see if I can turn this special effect stuff off. Let's see, general, chat, enable special event effects, close. There we go. Okay, now we've disabled special events. We can turn that back on after we've learned about the game a little bit. I'm currently on Finton Island, which kind of is a sucky island, but we'll talk about that a little more. Okay, essentially, let me just walk you through this really quickly. So this is, I'm fine on my own. This is an MMORPG, kind of like, I don't know, RuneScape, Guild Wars, whatever. But the, obviously the game is a lot more simplistic. The art style is very simple. The game doesn't have a very, insane graphics, engine or whatever. It's like an 800 by 600 game here. And the key mechanic here is that everything that you do is through these things called puzzles. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and, let's do some bilging while I talk you guys through this. So bilging, the reason I'll do this is because it's a very simple game that many of you will have seen before, and I'll show you what I mean by puzzles. So every single kind of action in this game is determined by this kind of puzzle thing here, and so what you do is you play through these puzzles here, and you kind of make money. Instead of like walking around killing monsters like you would in a regular MMORPG, and this sounds really lame, I'm not gonna lie, it really does. You do these puzzles, okay? And geez, hang on, let me try and figure this out real quick here. Boom. Yeah, I'm trying to do a 3x3 here. You see that? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you do these puzzles, and you're not evaluated based on the amount of monsters you've killed, or like there's no grinding aspect to this game as there is in other MMORPGs. It's not like you play this for a long time, you kill a bunch of monsters, and then you level up. No, it's a lot more like you play this game for quite a bit of time, and then you level up based on how long you've played this. Kind of like in a regular MMORPG, is how long you've played that particular, I guess, made that particular attack. I don't know. Say you're playing RuneScape, right? And you're training your attack or your defense or whatever, and depending on how many monsters you've killed with your defense style attack, right? That's how much your defense level is going to go up. And as your defense level goes up, you can wield better weapons and all that stuff. This is all kind of absent from this game. Let me see if I can do a... let's see, I'm trying to do a bingo here. Look at this. Boom. Bingo! Okay. This game does not have that kind of stuff. As you can see here, I got my... what is it called? I got my evaluation, my duty report. I'm doing fine, which is kind of in the middle, like not so great. And so it all depends on how well you play the game. So not only do you level up based on how long you've played a game, it's also based on how well you do a game. And at every single league point, which is kind of what we stopped at here, you see these little ticks on the mini-map, and you saw it as a like circle over here on the actual ocean. At every single league point, you get evaluated based on how well you did for this league point. So for example, we're waiting now until the ship reaches this tick point to see how well we do. And in the intermediary, we have this little indicator down here on the bottom right that shows us how well we're doing at any given time. So right now, I'm kind of, doing slowly because I'm talking to you guys, explaining this game, and not really paying attention. The point in bilging is to try and clear as many, not really as many of these pieces, but to try and do as many kind of 3x3. So look at this. I'm going to clear this right here, and it's going to be boom, 3x3. 3x3. You see that? You try to do as many 3x3s as quickly as possible, and as many big kind of combinations as quickly as possible. Bilging used to be my favorite puzzle because it's like so easy and so intuitive and so simple to hop right into, which is why I'm playing the game now, and I can't find any viable 3s here. Cool, there's a 5. It's a very easy game, but recently there have been a lot of like bots in this game or something, which essentially makes it difficult to perform well relative to other people in the ocean, because the bots are always going to be performing better than you. So I actually like to play the puzzles that are not really bottable, because that way I can actually, you know, get good marks and, you know, get rewarded for my gameplay. Anyway, so right now I'm still doing fine/good. That's what this dark blue indicator means. And yes, this does seem a little bit lame. I am sitting here playing a puzzle, which is kind of silly, but you really get into these puzzles because you find out the really cool mechanics of the puzzles, and I'll show you some of my favorite puzzles afterwards. This is like a very simplistic one that I'm starting off with just to show you guys. And there are just tons and tons of puzzles in this game, and what really amazes me is that they've built an entire kind of ecosystem around this kind of puzzle mechanic. So let me just kind of give you a brief rundown. So what we're doing now is we're building on a ship, right? And we're practicing, so this doesn't really affect anything. But if we were, oh wow, look, I'm doing excellent, which is like the second best performance. That's awesome. Wow, I didn't realize we were, okay, sick. You get a little trophy if you do one step up, which is incredible. But I don't think I'm going to be doing incredible anytime soon because I'm not really paying attention here. But sometimes I do better when I don't pay attention to the game. Anyway, right now we're bilging, which means we are removing water from a ship. And so normally a ship has like 3 indicators. It has a speed indicator, which explains how quickly the ship is going. It has a damage indicator, which is like how much the ship is damaged. And then it has a bilge indicator, which is how much water there is. So bilging, the more bilges you have and the better the bilgers are doing on a given ship, in a regular kind of sea adventure, whatever you want to call it, a pillage, which is what they're called in this game. The better the bilgers are doing, the better off you're going to be, because you're going to have less bilge, less water in your ship, and so the ship is overall going to move faster, okay? So removing bilge allows the ship to have more versatility of movement. The actual increase of speed comes from a puzzle called sailing, which is you essentially, you know, building up the sails, setting up the sails for the ship, and essentially increasing the speed of the ship. And then carpentry is what kind of patches the holes and lets the ship have less damage. And the less damage a ship has, the less quickly water flows into the ship. So essentially the sailors are necessary to keep the ship moving really fast. The bilgers are necessary to increase that range of movement to allow the sailors to do their job. And the carpenters keep the ship not damaged enough so that the bilgers can actually, you know, perform what they're supposed to perform. So let's see how we did here. We did good, which is a step below excellent. Cool, we've accomplished our mission, and we got paid 23 pieces of 8 here. Ignore this like doubloons thing, I'll explain that a little bit later. So pieces of 8 is the main kind of currency for this game. Cool, so mission accomplished. This, so here, let me just go home real quickly to my tiny little shack here. So here on the notice board, we have this kind of missions tab where we can see learn to sail, learn to carpent. We just did learn to build. There's also rigging and patching and all that stuff. And let me show you the entire collection of puzzles that you have. So you have piracy skills. So you have sailing and rigging, which let the ship go fast. You've got patching and carpentry, which fix the ship. You've got bilging, which prevents water. You've got gunnery, which is one of my favorite puzzles, which allows you to pack in guns that allow you to shoot down other ships and all that stuff when you're in pillages. Like I said, I'll show you guys some of that later. You've got treasure haul, which is when you find a abandoned wreck, you can actually pull the treasure up from that wreck. You've got navigation, which adds a multiplier to a ship's movements and allows you to essentially navigate the ship. Battle navigation is a really sick kind of chess type of game. Not really chess, but sort of the same kind of deal. You have like a board with a bunch of tiles on it and stuff. Sword fighting and rumbling is kind of these one-on-one or group fights where you can fight against other pirates, and it's really sick. Then you've got a bunch of carousing skills, so these are all kind of parlor games. You've got poker, you've got hearts, spades, drinking, treasure drop. These are all things you play in a bar, and you can make money off of this a lot. And then crafting skills, there's an entire like deep economy in this game where people craft their own ships, people craft their own swords, and you can only buy from things that players have crafted, and people run their own businesses, and nothing really is developed by the game itself. The players create everything, and everything kind of disintegrates after 30 days, so it's constantly flowing economy, and then ships always get sunk in battles and stuff, so shipwrightery is amazing, and you've got a bunch of like weaveries and stuff which create cloth for sails and cloth for clothes, and there's an entire amazing depth to this game, and I really want to show you the entire game, but for now I am done. This is the first introductory episode. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys will join me later on in the week on Friday when we try our hand. Actually, we're not going to try our hand at some poker this Friday, but there's also poker in this game, which is huge. So I'm going to try and give that a shot. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday. I can't wait to show you guys the rest of this game, and I will see you guys on Friday when we play this game again. Peace.